Cruising down Figueroa Street in South LA sometime in the 1960s, the sun beating down on the asphalt jungle, with the air vibrating with the rhythm of a city on the move. We're now in an area called the West Adams District, and here a legend is about to take flight. Forget the feathery kind that swoops down from the mountains. Over here were the Harpys, taking their name from the American harpy eagle, a predator known for its power and dominance. These guys, the Harpys, weren't exactly bird watchers. They're a group of young Latinos carving out their space on the streets. Originally, they weren't even one gang, but two local football teams, the Dead End and the Wild Bunch. But rivalries have a way of forging unlikely bonds, and soon these two teams became one, soaring together as the Barrio Harpys gang. Their fiercely guarded turf stretched from Figueroa to Normandy, between Washington and Jefferson Boulevard. Over 200 strong, they weren't afraid to claim their territory. They sported their colors loud and proud. Anything with a big bold H would do, a not-so-subtle nod to their affiliation. Think Houston Astros gear, with a lot more attitude. The Harpys, of course, weren't alone in this concrete jungle. They shared their turf with the Rolling 20s neighborhood Bloods, another force to be reckoned with. But their biggest beef was with the Rolling 30s Harlem Crips. Gang wars were a grim reality, a constant hum in the background of life here. Harpy's leadership came from Danny Roman, a man as ruthless as he was respected. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty, and in 1982 he landed himself in prison for murder. But even behind bars, his influence stretched far. His daughter, Viana, became a name whispered with a mix of fear and awe. She was a reminder that the Harpys were a family, and family ties ran deep, even behind bars. Fast forward to 2012. The grip of the Harpys was tightening. Law enforcement wasn't going to stand by idly. They launched Operation Roman Empire, a sting that swept 29 members of the Westside Harpys off the streets, including Viana Roman herself. It was a blow, but the legacy of the Harpys, the soaring eagles of the streets, remained etched in the asphalt in the heart of South LA. Now that we cover the origins of the Harpys, buckle up for a surprising story. Shia LaBeouf and his brush with LA street gangs. Please take a moment here to like and subscribe so that we could bring you more inside stories from the streets in our ongoing series, LA Stories. Shia LaBeouf, born on June 11, 1986, and raised in Los Angeles' Echo Park, wasn't exactly your typical Hollywood kid. Echo Park was a rough neighborhood, crawling with violence, drugs, and gangs in the late 80s and early 90s. It was at least a decade before gentrification got a twinkle in its eye. Shia grew up right in the thick of it, in a barrio claimed by the Westside Crazies, or C.R.U.S.H, a multicultural Latino, Filipino, and Korean gang. Here, gun battles were a grim reality, and gang affiliation dictated who your allies and enemies were. The Westside Crazies is not to be confused with another Westside Crazies from the Culver City area of LA. C.R.U.S.H roamed between Echo Park and Silver Lake, their territory ending at a clear boundary, Glendale Boulevard. On the other side were the Echo Park Locos, or EXP. Allies and deadly rivalries in this area were intense, and in the eye of the storm were other multicultural gangs like Tunerville, Temple Street, the Rascals, and Flipside 13, to name just a few. Basically, Shia did not live in Tinseltown, more like old school gangland LA. Shia, the only child in a predominantly Latino area which had very few white families, stuck out. He remembers being a target because of his skin color, but poverty was not a concept lost on him. It was also his reality. His mother, a former ballerina turned fabric salesperson, and his dad, a Vietnam vet with a troubled past, did their best. His French Cajun father, Jeffrey, was formerly trained as a clown, but often resorted to drug dealing to make ends meet, and battled a heroin addiction that cast a long shadow over Shia's childhood. The family scraped by, even performing together, selling hot dogs and snow cones from a cart. But his father's heroin addiction and the constant financial strain took a toll. Shia's parents split when he was around 5. Growing up, Shia, influenced by the predominantly Mexican-American community, shaved his head and sported oversized white tees, adopting the Cholo style. But life took a turn when he was 9. Evicted from their Echo Park flat, Shia and his mother moved to Tujunga near the San Fernando Valley. Here, biker gangs ruled the roost, and rumors swirled that Shia's father was affiliated with the Mongols Motorcycle Club. A year later, a brief trip to Malibu Beach with his father sparked a turning point. It was there, catching waves, that Shia seriously considered acting. Back home, at the tender age of 10, his father landed a job at the Ice House, a bar that hosted stand-up comedy nights. Young Shia, seizing the opportunity, took the stage himself, delivering impromptu routines before drinks were served. He was not afraid to shock the audience, peppering his acts with profanity in the style of Lenny Bruce. But Shia's ambition reached beyond the bar. He raided the yellow pages, calling talent agents one by one, pretending to be his manager with a hilariously fake British accent.
What the fuck are you on about?
It wasn't because the agents believed his elaborate persona, but because they sensed something raw and compelling in this determined young kid. And that's how, against all odds, Shia landed his first big break. At just 10 years old, he was chosen from a pool of over 2,600 boys to star on Disney Channel's Even Stevens. For years, he graced our screens as Louis Stevens, the quirky younger brother. And soon, Shia transitioned to the big screen. His first big-budget film, Holes, was an unexpected hit, propelling him into a string of successful films thereafter. Blockbuster Transformers movies with Megan Fox, the Indiana Jones sequel, and the criminally underrated thriller Disturbia. Shia was riding a Hollywood wave. But fame came with a dark side. The highs were punctuated by lows, arrests, and a struggle with addiction. By 2012, the cracks were starting to show. In 2017, he finally checked into rehab, revealing a deeper truth. The traumas of his childhood had manifested as PTSD. Fast forward a little bit to 2019. Preparing for the movie The Tax Collector, Shia decided to fully immerse himself in the upcoming role. He played Creeper, a tax collector working for a crime lord who skimmed profits from gangs. To truly embody the character, Shia made a pilgrimage back to his old stomping grounds, Echo Park. It was a full-circle moment. There, he got tattoos his character sported in the film. But this wasn't just about the movie. The tattoo artist, Brian Ramirez, even publicly thanked Shia for choosing his shop and for giving back to the community he could have easily left behind. The tax collector also featured rapper Conejo, playing a menacing enforcer for the Mexican cartel.
Hey, Creeper! Creeper! Hey, Creeper! Come here real quick, say what's up.
What's up? Bang, 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 bang!
Little did anyone know that Conejo used to be affiliated with the West Side Harpys, the same gang that once ruled Shia's childhood neighborhood. Shia LaBeouf's story is a fascinating one, a child of the streets who clawed his way to Hollywood stardom, all the while carrying the echoes of his past. His brush with LA gangs might not have been direct, but it undeniably shaped the young man who dared to dream big and, in a way, returned to his roots. Let's talk about Shia's story down in the comments. Do you think gangs could be a positive influence in shaping who you are? Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.